Good morning. Good morning, ladies. I just wanted to jump on real quick. It's 8:25 a.m. here where I am. So that may be very early in the morning, especially because it's a Saturday morning. That may be very early for some of you. And I wanted to issue a challenge. to the ladies who want to increase their estrogen, who want to, it's sunny out here, into their feminine side. Excuse me. I have not had my lemon water this morning, so my throat is is phlegmy. But for those of you who are interested in exploring femininity, for those of you that are interested in embracing your femininity and exploring that side of yourself, I have a challenge for you. Okay, I'm headed into the office this morning. And the challenge is this, and this has been really difficult for a lot of the women that I work with. We've had to start this challenge over I don't know how many times because for some reason it's really difficult for women to receive. And I mean receive and just accept whatever's being given. Like, don't jump right into giving mode. Just receive. Just sit with receiving. And they say how uncomfortable it is. It feels weird. It doesn't feel right to just allow someone to give something to them and them not give something right back or do something right back. So we've got to become more comfortable with receiving. We've got to allow people, especially men, to give and do for us. And if you're stuck in this, like, I'm the giver, I'm the doer, I'm the helper, yeah, you're on your masculine side. And that's where you're going to stay because you don't know how to receive. But receiving is feminine. And for many, many modern day women, that's a huge problem. They're so busy doing and giving and producing, creating, in a productive type way. That's why they're stuck. And so the idea of, and when I say creating, I don't mean creating just for the heck of it. I mean creating for a driven purpose. That's very different. When I bake or I cook, I'm not being paid to do that. I'm not, it's for no reason whatsoever. Creation for the sake of creation is perfectly fine. I'm talking about creating for the purpose of selling, or I need you to create this, for this very specific reason, or to give, creating to give to someone. That's totally different than baking for the sake of baking. If I went home and baked 10 cakes right now because I had to give them to someone because someone asked me to do that and I had a timeline, that's a totally different thing than me just going home and baking. Totally different. And it's going to activate a different energy in me. And so, yes, I want you to take this 30-day challenge. So on September 1st, we're going to start on September 1st, which is next Thursday. And I'll post about this more. I'm going to post this challenge and post about this more. And the reason why I want you to try this is because, one, the biggest reason of all is I want you to become comfortable receiving. That's the number one way you're going to tap into your feminine side. That's the number one way you're going to raise your estrogen levels. That's the number one way. That's the number one way that you're going to relieve stress in your life, is by receiving. That's a lot of reason why women are so stressed, because they're the giver all the time. They're the doer. Receiving is the key, and not a immediate give back. Just receive. 2, I feel as though most of you need to soothe yourself through this idea of receiving. So you feel uncomfortable with it. It feels weird. And I just don't feel good. Okay, soothe yourself. All right, that doesn't give you license to immediately jump into giving. Soothe yourself. Learn how to self-soothe through uncomfortable feelings. That's another thing that is a good thing for you to learn how to do, is soothe yourself. And so, yes, it's going to raise your estrogen, which in turn is going to make you feel more feminine, more relaxed. When your estrogen is high, you can fall in love. When your estrogen is high, you're not looking for problems, right? You're not looking for what's wrong. You're seeing what's right. But for the modern day woman whose estrogen is tanked, and I know this because a lot of women are struggling to get pregnant. You're struggling with hair loss. You're struggling with, sallow skin. You're aging. Okay, I can go on and on and on. Because your estrogen is tanking. Your hormones are out of balance. And you're not going through menopause. You're not pregnant. That's not the reason for your hormonal imbalance. It's because of the life you're living, because of the choices that you're making. And when you're choosing to be the giver and the doer all the time, you're activating the testosterone in your body. And we don't have a whole lot of it. We have it, but we don't have a whole lot of it. But see, because you're creating things on a timeline, and you're giving and doing, and you're directing, you're the manager, you're solving all these problems. That is escalating the testosterone in your body, and it is tanking the estrogen in your body. So September 1st, we're going to go on a journey together, and I want you to see for yourself, right? It's not just me telling you. I want you to try it so you can see for yourself what happens. What's going to happen, like Anita said, if I allow people to give to me. If I stop being the giver and the doer, what's going to happen? I'm just curious. Let me try this out. Let me see if what she's saying is true. Let me see if I'm going to feel better. Let me see if I'm going to feel less stressed. Let me just see, That's the whole premise of the things that I teach is I want you to try it. I want you to see for yourself. Do it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. I'm always telling women that. Don't take my word for it. Just do it. And if a woman is deeply in her masculine, I have a woman this morning that I'm seeing who's deeply in her masculine, and she can't even accept the challenge. Like, she can't even try it to see how she's going to feel. She can't even accept that. She's like, nope, that's not going to work. Nope. And I'm like, okay, stay stuck. I'm cool with it. If you want to stay, miserable, I'm cool with people's choices. It's not the choice I would make, but okay, So I want you to try this challenge. Try for 30 days. Well, not try, do for 30 days. Allow people to give and do for you. And we're going to up this ante because I'm going to ask you to ask people to give and do for you. I'm going to up that ante, which is I'm not just going to have you rely on people's, generosity, them giving and doing. But when you need help, when you need assistance, I want you to ask. I want you to ask for it. Okay? If you can find a man, that's even better. But it doesn't even have to be a man. It could be your children. It could be another woman. It could be anybody. But you must get into this receiving mode. And when you have that urge to give back, I want you to squash that urge. Nope, I am not giving back. I am just going to accept. I am in receptive mode. I'm just going to accept the giving. That's it. Okay? But I would love for you all to try this, because you're going to see for yourself. You're going to experience what I experience every day, which is I welcome assistance. I welcome people helping me. I welcome the door being held open. I welcome men bringing those huge packs of water in my car. I welcome all of that. I sure do. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. Oh, I so appreciate you. Yeah. And here's another thing I want you to do. It's part of the challenge. I want you to start writing down some responses to the help that you receive. Write down beyond thank you. Thank you is wonderful. Thank you is wonderful. But I want you to go beyond that, right? So I so appreciate you. That's a great one. Oh, I'm so grateful for the assistance. Oh, it feels so good to receive help. Like, write down a few catchphrases that express your gratitude, that express your appreciation. Okay. And I want you to kind of burn those in your brain so you can pop them off when people help. And this is not just people giving and doing, just on their own. I want you to ask. I want you to start asking, oh, I really need help with this. Or, oh, when you're done with that, can I ask for your assistance with something? Like, I want you to start asking. And here's the thing. I've had so many women say this. Well, I'm just shut down from asking because when I haven't, the person hasn't done it. I haven't received it. And to that I say, so? Like, so what? Like, I'm going to keep asking. You've never heard about the squeaky wheel gets the oil? You've never heard the expression about persistence? Like, these are things my grandparents taught me, right? And I'm going to ask, and I'm going to ask, and I'm going to ask, and then I'm going to ask, and I'm going to ask. So persistence. A part of this process is persistence. And it's just like doing this for 30 days. I've had so many women, again, they start this challenge. Then on day 7, they stop. Day 5, they stop. No, the idea is to persist. Nothing good is gained without being persistent. You have to persist. You have to commit, right? And then you do it. So I'm going to start posting more about this. I'm going to put up a post every day. And then on September 1st, which is next Thursday, we're going to kick off the 30-day receiving challenge. And we are going to activate that feminine energy inside of us. We're going to leave that masculine plane for a little while because remember, the idea is balance. We're not looking to become 100% feminine. No, that would make you a very ineffective person. I wouldn't be able to run my business if I was 100% feminine. I wouldn't be able to pay my bills. I wouldn't be able to lead my children. That's not the idea. The ultimate goal is balance. The ultimate goal is knowing which energy to activate. That's the ultimate goal. Which energy am I activating here? That's where I am. I'm in that place in my life where at 54, I know which energy to activate based on the situation. So that's the ultimate goal. I am predominantly feminine, but I also activate masculine energy when I'm in my business, when I have a project, or I am, creating videos or editing videos and all of that. I am in my masculine, and that's okay. I'm in a mode where I am doing something for business. And then when I'm relaxing with my girlfriends, when I'm on vacation, when I'm on a date, when I'm with my man, I am in my feminine. I am all the way on my feminine side. And unless my man has tried and tried and tried to figure something out, and he's like, you know what? I think Anita knows about this. I think Anita could help me with this. If he comes to me and he says, hey, babe, I know you know about this. What are your thoughts on it? What do you think about this? Okay, I will briefly go over to my masculine side. There's nothing horribly wrong with that. I will go to my masculine side. I will access that information, give it to my man, and fall back. I'll fall back into my feminine. That's it. And he's appreciative. Thank you. I knew you knew something about this. The end. And then his masculine energy takes that ball and runs it down the field, and there you go, touchdown. So there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing innately wrong with that. You have to know in what situation you're going to apply your masculine energy to. And that's where we've become completely imbalanced. So men have become completely imbalanced because they're too far on their feminine side. Men don't want to work. Men want to be in receiving mode. Men want to know what women bring to the table. Men want to know, how is this going to benefit me? How is she going to serve me? That is very out of order. That's why the world is ready to explode, because that's not masculine for a man to sit around and watch a woman do everything and watch a woman take care of him. I mean, it blows my mind that I don't know where the women find these men. I don't know where you find these men, and I don't know why you partner with these men. Like, that's what's really blowing my mind. And they can't even see, yes, you chose this man. You are the man. And you chose this man who's really the girl. But then they come to me, well, he didn't do anything. Okay, but you chose this. That's the first step in our process. You have to acknowledge your own masculine energy, and you chose a feminine energy man. Then we can move forward. But they don't want to do that. So our world is completely upside down, completely out of order. And this is what we got: complete chaos. When there is no balance, when the natural order has been, upended. We're in chaos right now. I hope this encourages you ladies. If there are any single ladies on this live right now, or you're watching the replay, now is the time to be patient. Like, I'm going to just keep it 100, right? Now is the time for you to be patient. If you're out there and you're trying to date and you're finding all these unacceptable men, these less than masculine men, these broken men, these wounded men, really, now is the time for you to be patient. Now is the time to put your hand to something that makes you feel good. Now is the time to put your hand to something that could possibly have a long-standing benefit in your life. Now is the time to invest in your children. Like, I'm just going to be 100% honest. I went through this myself after my divorce. 5 years, 5 long years. I did not date. A man did not flirt with me. I did not talk on the phone with a man. Like, 5 long years. That was the time for me to put my hand to other things that were going to benefit me long term. It wasn't the time to date. And the world wasn't as messed up as it is now. But I took that time to say, you know what? I'm going to be patient. I'm going to focus on other things that are going to benefit me in the long run. And I'm just not even going to worry about that. And honestly, that's where I think a lot of women need to fall right now. And I know that's not what some of you want to hear, especially if you're 30, 35, 40. You've never been married. You want to have a family. But if you just breathe that in, so your wait could be 2 months. Your wait could be 10 months. It may not be that long. But if you just accept that, okay, I need to be patient, and me continuing to go out here and meet the men that I'm meeting and see all the craziness, it's actually having the opposite effect. That's what's keeping you single. Your level of frustration, your level of anger about what you're finding, that's what's keeping you single at this point. So not the feminine energy men or the wounded men or the broken men. It's your mindset. It's your energy around all of that. That's what's keeping you single. So take a break, take a time out, transmute that energy somewhere else. So if men were here, I want you to look here. I want you to look here. I want you to look here. Like, look anywhere else. Focus on anything else but that. That's actually what I'm doing. And although I'm dating, I'm getting to know people, I'm roster dating, I still am not 100% turned towards them. I'm not. I'm in a waiting room. I'm pausing. And the good news is I have other things to focus on. Like, I'm focusing on other things. So it's a very, laissez-faire, it's a very aloof, I've been known to be aloof, which in turn, people say I'm emotionally unavailable. I am aloof. I will say that it's something I need to work on, which is, I'm very meh, and it's something I've embraced as a person who used to be very passionate and very angry. And, I've embraced my aloofness. I've embraced the meh. Like, okay, I've kind of embraced that. But it's a return to my feminine. It's been a return to my feminine. That's what's helped me do that. Instead of being all fiery and upset and what's happening and why isn't it working and I'm doing everything right. And that's very masculine. And it didn't feel good. It didn't feel good, and it wasn't helping me to attract, a healthy masculine man. I was attracting a bunch of feminine men. But now, okay, impress me. Like, yeah, that's kind of the energy that I bring now. And, once you've proven yourself, like, I'll get a little more excited. Honestly, that's honestly how I'm wired. Once you've been consistent, I'll get more and more excited the more consistent you've been. Women today, they flip that. They flip that on its head. So women today show up excited. They show up with expectation. They show up like, oh my God, girl, we went on one date and I think it's my husband. What? And I'm that girlfriend that's like, no, it's not. like, calm down. The man hasn't even shown you anything. He hasn't even been consistent in any way at all. And you honestly believe this man could be your husband? Really? That's what we're on? No, you're out of balance. Return to your feminine side that says, okay, all right. Oh, lovely evening. That's it. But this whole, I want to go home and do backflips over one date. That is definitely not your feminine side. Your feminine side is like, show me what you got, impress me. That's it. And as the, stuff goes on and the consistency goes on and it gets better, and that's when you get more and more excited. Like, that's how that's supposed to work. So we're completely out of balance. Completely. Phone calls don't excite me. Texts really don't excite me. First dates don't excite me. The 20th date doesn't excite me. Right? I'm like, okay, you've shown up and that's really wonderful. Oh, it's so I can appreciate it, but I am still not to a place where like engagement rings excite me. Men who profess their love, men who profess what we are, that excites me. Men who make plans, that excites me. Men who have a vision for us in the relationship, ooh, that really excites me. Men who, go down the aisle and they make the ultimate commitment to me, that really excites me. See? So y'all are excited by the things you should not be excited about. Sorry. You should be, okay. Oh, thank you. Okay, I really appreciate that. Oh, that's so sweet of you, right? We can show appreciation. We can be grateful. But it's the level of excitement, it's the level of expectation that concerns me, where women are today. That, oh, I've been dating so many horrible men or coming across so many horrible men that a man who comes and does the bare minimum. I had that happen recently to a girlfriend of mine. Girl, he called. Okay. And he want to see me again. All right. I'm amazing. Sure. Like, I get it. What? But that's what's making me, sad, is that the horrible men, the horrible dating situation is turning us into this, the bare minimum is great. And I'm like, no, that's why you got to take breaks. You got to take breaks so you can understand that a man showing up and doing the basic things is called a man doing the basic things. So, okay, that's it. That's it. All right, y'all, I'm headed into the office. I have a bunch of clients this morning. Thank you so much for joining me. Please check out the YouTube channel. I'm going to keep pumping up my YouTube channel because I'm getting monetized over there, and I'm excited to share more and more and more content on the YouTube channel. Last night, I updated 10 videos. This afternoon, I'm going to upload 10 more. Sunday, 10 more. I'm going to keep uploading videos, content that you can't see here. I'm going to have over there. And I am creating videos. I'm creating video responses for people over on YouTube. So if you're asking me a question, if you want me to create an answer in a video format, I am actually loading that over on YouTube. So feel free to DM me with your questions, your comments. I so appreciate the feedback I get in my DMs. I really do. I love the people who DM me. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much. Keep it coming. I'm going to start answering questions that I get in the DM, but it will only happen over on YouTube. So if you have a question or a comment, I'll respond to it. Or if you want to share a video, a lot of people have been sending me videos. I am responding to that over on YouTube. So head over to YouTube, subscribe, check out what's over there. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. And as always, stay open to love.